Hey Instagram, give me just a little second here, y'all. I got logged out of all of my stuff and now I cannot get in to do my live stream. And I don't know why, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. So hi everybody who's watching us on Instagram. Hopefully we can get in here really soon. How's everybody doing today? Where is my login? Logging in. I don't know why it won't let me. Of course, I got really behind because I was busy publishing this week's episode with my amazing friend, Stevie Manns. So this just goes to show you sometimes things just do not work the way that we want them to, the way they normally do, the way that we think they should. Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, hi, man behind the curtain. You're catching me on an off day here, Jeff, but I'm so glad that you're here. Maybe you'll stick around. We're here to talk about habits today. Habits that are good for us, habits that are not good for us, creating habits that we want to have. And for some reason, I cannot get into my live stream app here. Send code. It wants my code. Unable, your email field is not required. Oh my goodness, what is happening? What is happening? Okay, codes. We're trying. There's no code yet. Thanks for hanging out. I love that this is all just going to be live. Resend the code. Can we check the code? No code. Is it going to my email? Oh my gosh, you guys. This is crazy. Let's see here. I apologize. I always log into Instagram first because I like you guys to see the sort of the behind the scenes. And you know what? Sometimes it's just a shit show behind the scenes. And sometimes it's great. Like we do great. Stuck at work. Wish you could stay. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish you could stay too. Normally I would be on a roll by now and I apologize that I am not. But hopefully I'll get to see you again soon. All right. Where? 825-885. 825-885. Verify. You guys, why does the universe not want me to do this live show on YouTube today? 825-885. Is there a newer one? 386-508. 306-508. Nope. Check it out. Here's what's happening right now. Melon, the live streaming app I normally use, is giving me a code. The code is too long. It's saying that the code field is not valid, even though it's the code that they sent me. 825-885. 8. Nope. I am trying. Okay, well, here's what's going to happen. We're going to do this, you and me, and then I'm going to go and do a YouTube live stream, and we're going to try and troubleshoot and figure out why we couldn't get into Melon later. So you guys are getting a special one-on-one, just me and you version of Brave in Action today. Thanks for being patient. I'm glad to see those of you who are here. Just a reminder that my name is Heather Vickery. I'm a success and leadership coach, speaker, podcaster, author, and mother of 4. And I'm telling you, summer will get you. It's wonderful. I have put in really wonderful new boundaries in place where I am not working on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm hanging out with my kids, but also that means everything else is crammed in on those 3 days, and it's wonderful. We're getting it all done, and it's exciting, but also you got to be at the top of your game. And when technology does not connect with you, Bam, it's troublesome, right? Absolutely troublesome. All that to be said, I want every week on Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Central, I come on and I do my Brave in Action live show, where I share one new way that you can step out of fear and into bravery to lead what I call an everyday brave life. And what does that mean? Let's just clarify everyday bravery. We know what massive bravery is. We know that coming out is brave, getting a divorce is brave, buying a house is brave, getting married is brave, quitting your job to start your own thing is totally brave. But we don't often stop to recognize the millions of ways we choose bravely in small everyday ways all day long. Sometimes getting out of bed is brave. Sometimes deciding to stay in bed is brave. Sometimes picking the apple instead of the chocolate is brave, and sometimes picking the chocolate instead of the apple is brave. Sometimes saying, I need to shut this down and go for a walk is your brave thing for the day. Having a hard conversation, sending a sales email, writing an email sequence, so many different ways to be brave. So we just share different ideas and ways to engage with your bravery every single week. And today's topic is habits. Now, for those of you who have not already read, do I have it right here? Oh, I do. The power, not usually down here by my bookshelf. Normally I'm up in my studio, but The Power of Habit is one of the best books that I've ever read. It's a really long book for a pretty short concept. But Charles did this amazing job of showing you how habits work. And essentially it's a cue, a response, and a reward. So something triggers you to move into a habit that you have formed, and then you respond to that cue, and then you get your reward, which is the payoff for the habit. We do it all the time. Right? We do it all the time with, think about brushing your teeth. When you normally go to brush your teeth, you get up in the morning, you washing your face, or you're going to the bathroom or do whatever, you brush your teeth, that's habit. Making coffee for me is super habitual, super routine. I get up, I make the coffee, I follow all the steps. I don't think about it. I don't have to say, oh, this is now what I'm going to do. This is how I do it. It just happens. It's just a thing that happens all day long. Have you done that in your car, driving to school or work or a place you go to all the time? Sometimes if you're going someplace similar, but not exactly the same, do you ever find yourself in the wrong place? Like, oh, I went to drop my kids off at school, but it's not a school day. I just drove that way because that's what I'm used to doing. That's my habit, right? Cue, response, reward. My partner used to have a habit that she did not like. She wanted to change, which was every day at 3:00 when I would leave to go pick up my kids from school. That was her cue. She would get up and go in the pantry and get a snack. And then eating the snack was her reward. But what she realized was she didn't want to do that. And what we learn in The Power of Habit, what Doug teaches us, is that if you change the cue or the response, you can change the reward, right? You can change your habitual behavior. So one of those three things has to change. And so what she did instead was found a new response to that. When that happened, she would get up and take a walk or do something that was something different that she would do to create change and shift in that space. So we really can change our habits when we think about the science behind them and how they're created. This also helps us create new habits. And I'm a big fan of finding simple ways to make complex topics work for you. One of the ways that I love to do that, I have habits. I have a Commit to 3 app on my phone, which is 3 things that I'm going to do or die, come hell or high water. I know that I'm going to check that. I have a habit when I need to be reminded of things because I have ADHD and I forget things all the time. I'll put them in my reminder app with a timer on them, and then they'll come up and remind me. So a great example of that is the new affirmation and mantra that I'm saying every single day. I wake up and I say, I am ready to receive people, ideas, inspiration, and money that help me serve my greater purpose, and I am an excellent receiver. I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. I expand and love success and abundance and inspire others to do the same. And so it is done. I say those every morning, but for a solid month, I had to have it come up as a reminder and write out, and then I would remember to say it. I didn't have it memorized. I didn't say it right away. So it took me a long time to make it a new habit. I have a habit of tapping, but I tend to tap. I love EFT tapping. I tend to tap after I've had some coffee, right? So on those mornings, I get the coffee, I sit down, drink a little bit, and then I begin my tapping, right? So I would love to have you can track your habits. In fact, I have a habit tracker. If you're curious, reach out, DM me, and I will get you a copy of my habit tracker, or email me, heather@vickeryandco.com. What habits do you have that you want to ditch? What habits don't serve you anymore? And which part of that cue, response, reward can you shift or change in order to have the result be something you want instead of being something that you don't want, right? Want to really think about that. So you want to write that out. What habits do you currently have that you no longer want? And then you want to be honest about that cue, response, reward. Hi, Kristen. So when you're going to do that, I used to have a habit. Actually, I still have a habit. This is a hard one for me. Eating at night, which doesn't make me feel good, and it makes me not sleep as well, and I don't feel good the next morning. But I love to eat at night. I really do. I think I come by it naturally. So the habit would be, I would put my kids to bed, and I would get up from putting them to bed, and I would go and I would get a snack, right? So cue, right? Cue, response, reward. And so then what I had to do instead, what worked for me instead, most of the time, as long as I stick to it, is get out of bed and I would go and get a big glass of water. Right? So I'm still moving, I'm still doing something, and that would sort of cleanse me of that. And really it was mental. I wasn't hungry. And I don't even think I was bored. I just got in the habit of doing that. And so if we want to move habits, we just have to shift one of those three things: cue, response, reward. So list out habits that you have that you don't like, habits that you have that you love. What are some areas where you would like to create new habits? Is it around your work hours, or things maybe that you're working on boundaries with? I see some of my new travel friends are here. We just did a presentation on the power of boundaries yesterday. I know that my friend Kristen is a badass with some strong boundaries these days, and it's completely game changing. So that's pretty awesome. So think about different habits that you would like to start and you would like to create, and think about what is the science behind that? What can be your cue? What's your response? What's the reward? How's it going to make you feel? And then if you use something like a habit tracker, which you can do on your own, you can do on your phone, in a notebook, in your computer, just keep track of those things and how often are you doing them? And so then getting the habit of tracking your habits will help solidify them. That's a great example when I did my mantras, right? The reminder still comes up, and I let it come up because some days maybe I will get distracted or whatever. And also I just like having that reminder there. But having that reminder set up is what helped me get in the habit of doing it consistently. Now I even do it all throughout the day, especially if I find myself stressed or whatever. So I'd love to hear from some of you. What are the habits that you want to ditch? What are some habits that you want to instill? And what's the plan? Cue, response, reward. What's the plan for changing them, ditching them, or starting new ones? Thank you for being here. I'm sorry for the technology snafu. I still gotta hang up with you all and figure out what's going on in my live stream app because it will not let me in. And we'll be back next week, Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Central, with a brand new topic. Actually, a topic that I'm really excited about. Really, really excited to share with you guys, which is all about the 1,000-yard view of where you've been and how we don't catch it all when they're in the middle of it. That's why the 3 R's, reassessment, reframing, resilience, is so very important. So I will be back next week. I can't wait to connect with you all then. In the meantime, we have a new episode of the Brave Files podcast coming out tomorrow. And we have a new episode of Was It Chance out right now with Morgan James, who is the mastermind behind the all-female musical and production cast of Jesus Christ Superstar. You really want to listen to that for sure. Thanks for being here. Take care. This is Heather Vickery reminding you today and every single day to go out and choose bravely. Bye, y'all.